Brock Lesnar's WWE WrestleMania plans may have been revealed. Plus, we've got a possible spoiler for a new WWE show. And is an NXT faction returning soon? It's all in the wrestling news right now. What is Brock?
Bloody sharks everywhere.
What did all these come from?
Oh,
what is all
man.
this here? Look at these. Why are these sharks wearing t-shirts? Answer coming up soon.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar.
So Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania plans may have been revealed, according to WrestlingNews.co, who say, after asking someone who's familiar with the creative plans, WrestlingNews.co was told that Lesnar versus Gunter is one of the matches listed internally for the show. Gunter has talked about wanting this match because he feels like a match with Lesnar would present the biggest possible challenge for him.
There has been a lot of excitement online at the prospect of Brock Lesnar versus Gunter at WrestleMania. Beefy boys battering each other.
Initially, I was being a bit of a contrarian, and in my head I was thinking, oh, but Lesnar's best matches come against small, nimble boys, whereas Gunter's a big, powerful boy. But then I thought, no, like obviously I want to see both of them hit each other really hard. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
I think Lesnar's best matches come when Lesnar is up for wrestling him.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
if
true.
Lesnar doesn't want to go, Lesnar ain't going to go. But I feel like Lesnar might just want to go, okay, Gunter, he can take a beating.
Yeah.
And he can give a beating. This, we could have ourselves the closest we could come to an All Japan match with Gunter and Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Or a early 2000s New Japan match when they thought they were a mixed martial arts company. Now, I think that recently, at least, like the match with Sheamus has done a lot, I think, for Gunter's reputation and his standing in the eyes of the fans. This could be another, as he's mentioned here, the biggest challenge for him. It could be the next stepping stone to being recognised as like on that next level. Not saying that Gunter isn't already at that next level, but in the eyes of the wider audience, I suppose, who aren't as familiar with him, this could be the match that pushes him over the top.
And I think it's been said in numerous other reports as well that Triple H sees Gunter as somebody that's going to be around for a long time. Like, he sees him as somebody that is going to be easily a main eventer in years to come. It could very well be, as you say, the start to that.
I love how unflashy he is in
Yeah.
contrast to nearly all of other wrestling today. Like when he had his NXT UK title run in those big title matches, I remember people saying online, like commenting, saying like he's like a real old school heel where like he goes to the top just to do a simple splash, but that means everything because he never does that, and he just hits people hard instead.
His
He's really good,
unflashiness
man.
is his flashiness.
Yeah, he's great.
It's like when Tommaso Ciampa came out to no theme music.
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That made him stand out by virtue of it not being theme music.
Yeah.
So Gunter's great like that, and I think Gunter and Lesnar will have a lovely time. There's been a lot of conversation over the last probably weeks, maybe a few months, of how WrestleMania 39 is going to shape up. So we thought we'd take a little moment to have a look at some of the other speculated top matches for WrestleMania. Some we've talked about in previous news videos. Some have kind of fallen by the wayside. Some are fresh speculation. Some are other. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair seems to be one that a lot of people talk about. Came after Belair said in the post-Survivor Series press conference that she wanted to beat all four horsewomen at WrestleMania.
She's beaten Sasha. She's beaten Becky.
No Bailey yet.
She's beaten Bailey, just not at Mania, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
fair,
So,
okay.
but then Charlotte's another one on the list that
Yeah,
she wants
right.
to polish off,
Fair enough.
and that would be quite a nice way to do it. I think I'm sure Charlotte has mentioned Bianca Belair in an interview recently as well. As somebody that she's got her eye on, and we all went, no, don't take her belt, please. Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey, another match speculated for Mania. A report from Wrestling Inc. suggests that Rousey and Lynch could possibly headline night one.
Oh, you know what? That would be huge, especially because even though it was a pioneering match, it was the first ever women's main event at a WrestleMania. A lot of people wanted that to be Becky versus Ronda, not a triple threat with Charlotte also involved, I suppose.
Yeah.
I always thought Charlotte was in there to take the fall, and then she pinned Ronda, and I was like, oh, this is weird.
Charlotte just wanted to play, and Charlotte was like, now go play with your friends. But we didn't want to play.
It was for both belts, I suppose, with Charlotte involved in the end.
That was the reason in the end.
Yeah.
But it felt a bit like that episode of Family Guy where they had to take Joe for a pint for the first time. Take him with you. Okay.
I think that as well, we could. I'm going to throw one in. Just gonna throw
Go
one
for
in
it.
there.
Go for it.
Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley.
That's another one.
There was a lot of tension between them in War Games. There was also a big stare down on the ramp recently as well during an episode of Raw. It could be one for Mania, but it could also be one for the Rumble or just any pay-per-view, I suppose. I think that's a really interesting matchup there.
I think Rhea Ripley should have something big as a marquee for WrestleMania. I think she's had a
Yes.
phenomenal 2022.
Yep.
Hello, Rhea. How are you doing? John Cena and Logan Paul. Logan Paul specifically asking Triple H to face John Cena at WrestleMania.
Just do it, yeah. Why not, man? It would probably be the Logan Paul match that would make the most sense of any. So they're both media juggernauts. Do it, yeah, do it.
I don't even think that needs to headline a night.
No,
That can be sort of the spot that Pat McAfee and Austin Theory had on night 2.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It
But
could
like,
be a major match, but
it-
not a headline match.
The match would break the internet, as they say.
I think it would. The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This came after WrestlingNews.co laid out a roadmap for Zayn and the Bloodline, which ended with KO and Sami coming back together and dethroning the Usos.
So I think this one is probably likely. I think it's a really good theory by WrestlingNews.co, but also I think that it might not be too popular with people, given that Sami's the most over thing on the roster right now. They probably want Sami to have a bigger spot than a tag title match.
Yeah, you'd feel like that. But then as the speculation also says, he could potentially headline Elimination Chamber the month before.
Okay.
With Roman Reigns. That was another bit that I'd heard.
Yeah.
In Canada.
It's just, I feel like if he gets betrayed by the Bloodline and his revenge on the Bloodline is taking the tag titles from the Usos, I don't think that's going to satisfy people.
It ain't enough. He's got to pin Roman
which
Reigns.
puts Cody Rhodes in an awkward position because he might be the guy they're lining up. It's a weird one anyway.
We'll go into that.
Okay.
Reigns and Cody. Lots of sources say that this is where you bring back Cody Rhodes, a big pop for the Rumble return, and this is where Roman loses at least one of his titles to split the belts off again.
It would be a nice way to do that as well because Cody has specifically mentioned the WWE title rather than the Universal title. So it would make sense if Roman, if they do a thing in the build up to WrestleMania where it's like you're a double champion, you've got to defend it on both nights, then it would make sense for the Cody match, assuming Cody gets a title match, to be the WWE title one.
I think if Cody said, I think we're all upset about Sami not getting the WrestleMania match, but Cody doing it. I think all Cody would have to do is say, if I win, bring it back to the Winged Eagle.
Yes!
That boy's got my vote!
God.
Get it done!
If he comes down on a zip line as well.
Of course, he has to. He's ascending from above.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. What a ride.
Check out our earlier news video for news on Vince McMahon, by the way. As we're just doing terrible impressions of him.
Who is not ascending from above.
No.
Roman Reigns versus The Rock. We'll end on that one with the speculation corner. This, Rock has made little nudges and winks in numerous creative ways. Be it in like a bit of a chatter during a red carpet moment, be it in a media junket with people from entertainment news channels, or in the show The Young Rock, where you've had there's one scene where they've got the blue undisputed title in his trophy case.
Him in the future.
Yeah.
So him as if, like, as an adult as he is now, with all of his belts behind him. But one of them's not a belt that he's won before.
And there was actually a scene where we got to see a young Roman Reigns. He was going, "Oh, I'm sure one day we'll have a fight at WrestleMania."
Oh my goodness me. My golly goodness.
We're still ready for Rock and Roman, aren't we?
As long as there's also something for Sami or Cody or whoever. As long as
Yeah.
it's not the only story of WrestleMania. Because when they see The Rock, WWE still get a bit funny, don't they? They go, oh, everything's about him. Because he's the biggest star in the world. But other things as well. And I trust Triple H to do that because he hates The Rock still.
Roman Rock, he does, doesn't he?
They really try to batter each other in the
That
2000s.
kind of helps in a way. That Triple H is like, all right, dickhead, a bit to The Rock. That kind of helps.
I don't know if that's true, by the way.
I think there's always been like a bit of unwritten tension.
Do you think it's
between them.
like? Do you think it's? I just think it's as if like it's your old work colleague who's gone on to achieve great things, but when you see him, you're still. I remember you from work. You're just a normal lad.
Got a new car now. I got married. I've had a pay rise.
I remember when you spilt your coffee on the printer. So it's like that, isn't it?
Real conversations
Yeah.
with The Rock and Triple H. Good times. Possibly a new show for WWE. What's the trademark news we've got here?
They filed a trademark for the term WWE King and Queen of the Ring. They filed that on the 8th of December. I think that's probably the Americanized date.
It is indeed. Yeah, that always throws me off.
On
as
the
well.
8th of December, which is this tied into the speculation of a show coming up which is going to deal with real life couples in wrestling? That would make sense.
I mean, there is that because there was some conversation about a show like that. Is this connected to or separate from the Montez Ford Bianca Belair Hulu series?
I didn't
Could be
right.
both.
Yeah, it could be that as well.
But obviously WWE have said there is an interest in bringing back King of the Ring as a tournament show. So maybe they do 2 tournaments at the same time for King, and they call the show King and Queen of the Ring.
Right, that would make sense as well. God, it could be any of those things. But yeah, just to stress that there, the trademark isn't for 2 separate King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. It's for King and Queen of the Ring as one term.
I like the idea of having like the king and queen crowns either side of the entrance. I think it's important to look just the part.
Yeah.
Like buying a Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast
There we
t-shirt
go.
from cultaholicshop.com. Now available alongside some brand spanking new lines, including a tea time mug from WTF Moments,
Fantastic.
alongside the Cultaholic FC kit.
Yes, the away kit.
Oh, it's the away
away
kit.
kit.
It's
Look.
home kit in the spring.
The home kit's already been.
Oh, it's already there,
It's
isn't it?
already been, yeah.
Well, there you go. You get the home and
Get
away
the away
kit.
kit as well. Get Barry the Shark.
Barry is now available for home purchase. Surprise your friends, amuse your enemies, and join us on Twitch tomorrow afternoon where we're going to be signing them. If you buy one, you can tell me what you want me to write on Barry. Don't make it too rude. Mind you, on Twitch it's a bit no holds barred, so we should be fine. Loads of brand new stuff, pin badges, hoodies, t-shirts. Get stuff for Christmas. It's not too late. It might be too late depending on where you are in the world. Cultaholicshop.com. It's great after Christmas presents as well.
Yes.
Get them right now. Do your best Barry voice before we move on.
Dear Tom. Oh, I can't do it, man.
He sounds like the guy from Big Brother.
I didn't even make his mouth move in time. Hey everybody! I can't. I'm not a natural puppeteer. Clearly, we've discovered today. God, I'm really bad at that.
You're doing great.
I'm really bad. There we go. Once you get the.
The return of Barry the Shark. How about the return of a faction from NXT, Jack?
Yes, this is because Nikki Cross shared a cryptic Instagram story which featured a colourful crayon drawing with a lot of dates hidden in amongst the crayon marks, amongst the scribbles. The Reddit user Mike Makes Right 82 pieced it all together, saying the dates on the picture correspond to Nikki's birthday, at least according to Google, Sanity's debut in NXT, and the date Nikki Cross faced Candice LeRae. This has led now to speculation regarding Nikki Cross getting Sanity back together to go after those bloody Garganos, because the Candice date was in there as well. So
Now, this speculation is added to by the fact that Eric Young left Impact Wrestling. He was murdered to death on Impact Wrestling television.
They actually killed him off. Yeah,
They literally killed him off. I love when Impact Wrestling does that. It always makes me
it's
smile.
not the first time. Yeah, they've done it a few times.
Yeah, they've killed off quite a few of your
everyone,
favourites.
yeah.
They're not afraid. They're not scared. Which has led to some discussion about Eric Young possibly making a return to WWE soon, seemingly to be a part of a Sanity reboot.
Well, that'll be interesting.
What's Killian Dane up to?
What's Killian Dane up
You
to?
should chat with your former
He didn't talk
Charge.
He didn't talk to me. He betrayed me on the first ever WCPW pay-per-view.
Surely, should old acquaintance be forgotten, never come to mind.
Stop it.
We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day.
Jazz hands. Or
God.
your bass hands? Oh,
Baskans! Are you on Twitch tonight, honey?
I am on Twitch tonight, twitch.tv/Cultaholic alongside Owen Mawson. We will possibly be doing Football Manager, but because it's the last one before at least I'm away for Christmas, I've been trying to convince him to do a Robot Wars one instead.
Is he up for it, do you know?
Probably not, but we'll see. I'll get working on him today, and we'll see. Tune in anyway. Whatever we do, it'll be at 6 p.m. UK time.
And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, check out cultaholic.com. Keys, stay safe. Love you, bye.